Family. I'm here with a word from the Word for you. John 15, starting in verse 18. Jesus says this: If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because the world would love you as its own, but because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you: a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will also keep yours. But all these things they will do to you on account of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. And I think that this should just be a reminder to us that if we're following Christ, if we're one of his followers, then yeah, things aren't just going to always be easy for us. I mean, we're following a man who was crucified. He was a God man. He was perfect. He's worth it. The rewards in the end far exceed any suffering we go through. And in fact, as we go through these things, he's right there with us to encourage us, to carry us along the way. But he told us, he said, hey, to follow me means that people who aren't following me are going to hate you. And what that looks like is different at different times and different ages and different relationships with different people. But ultimately, if you're following Christ and you're living your life the way that he wants you to live it, there's people who won't like it. There's people who are gonna stand in opposition to you, and so I just want to encourage you with this truth that this is what we signed on for. This is what it means to be a follower of Jesus, and not to be pessimistic, not to be a Debbie Downer, but yeah, that's what we're in for, and that's what we should expect. And I think if we have that level of expectation, then it helps us to really be able to deal with it. It helps us to be able to walk with Jesus, say, oh yeah, okay, there's opposition. Yeah, I expected that. I knew that was coming. Whereas if we buy into the lie that's out there today that if you follow Jesus and everything's going to be so easy, then you're going to be sadly mistaken. Because when this opposition comes, you're not going to know how to deal with it, and it's going to be a tough thing for you. So yeah, I just encourage you with that word today. This is the truth, that to follow Jesus means that those who aren't following Jesus aren't going to like you at times, aren't going to like decisions you make at times, aren't going to like the way you live your life at times. They're going to look down on you. They're going to think ill of you. They're going to question things about you because it just doesn't make sense if you don't know Jesus. But when you know Jesus, it makes perfect sense. When you know Jesus, everything is put into line and everything makes sense. So, this has been your word from the Word for today. I hope it is an encouragement to you. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.